Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering if you'll ever sleep through the night again? Pauses, nodding sympathetically. Oh, I've been there too. In fact, just last week, my neighbor Margaret told me she'd been up every night for months, counting the cracks in her ceiling like they were stars. Chuckles softly. She said, "At this rate, I'll outlive the roof before I get a full night's rest." But here's the thing, friends, sleep isn't just about feeling rested tomorrow. It's about giving yourself the energy to laugh with grandkids, the clarity to tackle crossword puzzles, and yes, the gift of time. Scientists now say that quality sleep after 60 could be one of the most powerful tools we have for adding vibrant, healthy years to our lives. Leans in, smiling. And the best part? It doesn't require fancy gadgets or drastic changes. Just a few simple, doable habits before bed. Today, let's talk about two of these habits, rituals I've seen work wonders for folks like you and me. Small shifts that can help you drift off easier, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling like you've rediscovered that spring in your step from years ago. Ready? Let's start with something we all know matters but often shrug off, a consistent bedtime routine. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, routine? At my age? Winks. But hear me out. Our bodies thrive on rhythm, especially after 60. Think of your internal clock like a trusty old metronome, it loves predictability. A study from Harvard found that seniors who go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends, fall asleep 20% faster and report better mood overall. Margaret, our ceiling stargazer, decided to give it a try. She sets a wind-down alarm every night at 8:30. No, she doesn't sprint to bed. Laughs. She pours herself a cup of decaf tea, listens to her favorite jazz records, and does 10 minutes of gentle stretches. Within 2 weeks? She told me, I'm asleep before the crossword's done. Now, here's the second habit, making your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. And no, I don't mean buying a pricey mattress, though a comfy one helps. Smiles. It's about the little things. Take my friend Bob. For years, he slept with the TV blaring and a street lamp glaring through his curtains. Then his daughter bought him blackout shades and a white noise machine. First night, he said, I slept like I was 25 again, minus the backache. Science backs this up too. As we age, our eyes become more sensitive to light, and our sleep grows lighter. A cool, dark room, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, signals to your brain that it's safe to shut down. Even something as simple as swapping out a buzzing overhead light for a warm bedside lamp can make a world of difference. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if I've tried all this and still end up watching infomercials at 2 a.m.? Raises a reassuring hand. Hang tight. These first two habits set the stage, they're the foundation. And in our next chat, we'll dive into two more game changers, one that's all about what you put in your body and another that's free, simple, and might just make you say, why didn't I try this sooner? Welcome back, friends. Last time, we chatted about setting the stage for better sleep, those first two habits that help your body say, it's time to rest. Leans in, eyes twinkling. But today, we're diving into something that might surprise you, two more nightly rituals that don't just happen in the bedroom. In fact, one starts right in your kitchen. Let's talk about habit number 3, what you eat and drink in those precious evening hours. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, here comes the lecture about skipping dessert. Chuckles. Not at all. This isn't about restriction, it's about timing. Did you know that what we consume even 3 hours before bed can steer the whole ship of our sleep? Take my friend Margaret, yes, our ceiling stargazer from last time. She used to love her evening coffee with a splash of Irish cream. But when her doctor told her to cut caffeine after noon, she thought, what's the harm in 1 cup? Pauses, raising an eyebrow. Turns out, plenty. Caffeine lingers in our bodies longer as we age. One study found that a single cup at dinner can keep seniors awake 2 extra hours. So Margaret switched to chamomile tea with a drizzle of honey. By week 2, she told me, I was asleep before the tea even got cold. Now, it's not just caffeine. Heavy meals late at night can send your gut into a midnight tango. My cousin Frank learned this the hard way after his famous 10 p.m. chilly nights. Laughs. He swapped his big dinners for lighter bites, like oatmeal with bananas or a small turkey sandwich. Turns out, he said, my stomach doesn't need a bedtime concert. Here's the takeaway: try finishing meals 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you're peckish, reach for something gentle, a handful of almonds, a slice of toast with avocado. And if you're a nighttime snacker like me, winks. Keep those snacks small and cozy, like a warm glass of milk. Your body will thank you with deeper, quieter sleep. Now, let's move to habit number 4, the one that's free, takes just minutes, and might just become your new favorite part of the day. I'm talking about unplugging your mind before bed. And no, this isn't about scrolling less, though that helps. Smiles. It's about giving your busy brain a soft place to land. Think of your mind like an old radio. Sometimes, after a long day, it's stuck on the news channel, replaying conversations, worries, to-do lists. Our job? Change the station to something calm. For my neighbor Bob, the fellow who used to sleep with the TV on, this meant trading cable news for dramatic pause, audiobooks. He started with mystery novels read by soothing narrators. 20 minutes in, Bob said, and I'm out like a light. Now I look forward to bedtime, it's my story time. Laughs. Science says he's onto something. A 2023 study found that seniors who practiced 15 minutes of mindful relaxation before bed, whether reading, gentle yoga, or even deep breathing, fell asleep 40% faster and woke up happier. Try this tonight. Sit somewhere comfy, close your eyes, and breathe in slowly through your nose and out like you're blowing on a spoonful of hot soup. Chuckles. Do this 5 times. It's like a lullaby for your nervous system. Margaret combined her tea ritual with this breathing trick. First week, I felt silly, she admitted. Now, it's my non-negotiable me time. Even her cat joins in. Friends, these 2 habits, mindful eating and mindful unwinding, are like the secret ingredients to a restful night. But here's the beautiful part: they don't just help you sleep. They help you live. Imagine waking up with the energy to garden, to call an old friend, to dance in the kitchen just because. That's what's possible. And now, we come to the final piece of the puzzle, a habit that ties all these together. It's simple, profound, and rooted in something we've all had since childhood. But I'll save that for next time. For now, why not try swapping that evening coffee for a caffeine-free treat? Or spend 10 minutes tonight listening to a story or practicing those breaths. Remember, small steps grow into lasting change. And I'll be right here, cheering you on. Until next time, sweet dreams and sweeter mornings. Well, my dear friends, we've come to the final piece of the puzzle, the one habit that ties all the others together. And I'll let you in on a little secret: it's something you've known how to do since you were a child. Pauses, eyes twinkling. It's the simple, mighty act of gratitude. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: gratitude? At bedtime? How's that supposed to help me sleep? Chuckle softly. But stay with me. Think back to when you were young, and your mother tucked you in, whispering, "Count your blessings." Turns out, she was onto something big. A study from UC Berkeley found that seniors who jotted down just 3 good things from their day before bed, not grand things, mind you, but small joys like a neighbor's wave or a perfect cup of tea, fell asleep faster and reported less pain throughout the night. Why? Because gratitude shifts our brain from worry mode to safety mode. It tells our racing thoughts, the world is still kind. You can rest now. May 7th, 1. The smell of rain through the screen door. 2. Linda called just to laugh about our old bridge club. 3. My tomato seedlings finally sprouted. Looks up, smiling. That's Margaret's journal. She told me, some nights, I'm so busy remembering the good, I forget to fret about the grandkids' laundry. And here's the magic: this habit takes 2 minutes. No fancy tools. No rules. You can whisper it to the dark, tell it to your cat, or scribble it on a scrap of paper. The key is to end your day like you're closing a love letter, not a to-do list. Try it with me right now. Think of one tiny, lovely thing from today. Maybe it was the way the sunlight hit your favorite chair. Or how your old favorite song came on the radio. Pauses, smiling. There. Feel that? That's your shoulders relaxing. That's your breath getting deeper. That's your body getting ready for sleep. When we shared this tip in our newsletter last month, Ruth from Ohio wrote, "At first, I could only think of one thing: my socks were warm. Now I fall asleep trying to pick just 3." Laughs. And Carlos in Florida keeps his by the TV remote. "If I forget, my wife elbows me and says, 'Tell me something good,' or 'No Matlock reruns.'" So let's tie it all together, shall we? A predictable rhythm. A bedroom that whispers rest. Kindness to your stomach and your mind. And finally, this small, mighty pause to say, yes, today had light in it. Here's to peaceful nights, friends. To waking up feeling like there's more life in your years. And remember, change doesn't need to be loud. It's the quietest habits that often echo the longest. I'll start. Today, I'm grateful for you, for sharing this time with me. For Margaret's ceiling star jokes. And for the fact that somewhere out there, Bob's probably snoring through a mystery novel right now.